I had leukemia, and I'm just about well, and my husband, or my partner for 24 years, I never officially married him, for 25 years, has dementia. And through the challenges, I grew, because every challenge that we have makes us more conscious of our spiritual self. And when we as spiritual seekers seek that as the answer, we start discovering our phenomenal spiritual skills and abilities. It's wild because stress. When I healed myself from leukemia, I wanted to do it naturally. I was told to take chemo pills, and I was like, no! And I did it naturally, mostly, I believe, through Joe Dispenza's meditation and releasing the stress. I had gotten into a heavy stress. I mean, you hear all these people that have cancer. It says stress is one of the biggest. I mean, I can't say it's the only, obviously, but it's such a huge factor that causes cancer and all kinds of things. It just eats us alive. And just before I got leukemia, I was told it was a combination of the stress I was keeping inside, and actually at the time it was against my partner, George. I loved him so deeply in so many ways, but there's other part of him that I just couldn't combat. I wasn't going to go there, but I had to hold it inside because I didn't feel comfortable to communicate with him. In a partner, you have to communicate to get past it. You have to release it. You have to voice it. You have to move. So the stress goes and solves itself. There's solutions to every stress, but you have to release it and let it go. I was holding it within. It ate me alive, and it was a combination of putting myself down since I was 20 when the professor at Washington U insulted me as an artist and said you'd never be an artist because you're not creative. And so I was putting myself down, that I'm not good enough all my life. So that combination of all that stress, I truly believe caused leukemia. We know in our hearts, like, not that we have to seek the cause, but I felt that was when I could focus on that as a release, because it gave me, when I did the meditations, I just started releasing those issues. And then when George got dementia, I had to shift from that angry place I was about this part of him to unconditional love. And now I couldn't talk with him because the communication was really not there. You can't talk to someone with dementia where it achieves anything. And I was like, wow, okay. So I went to that spiritual place, and I just kept seeing things differently. We all need to learn to see things differently than how we were perceiving them. Even the person that cuts us off on the road said, like, rather than seeing him as, whatever, get out of my way. You just perceive it differently. I perceived George differently. I perceived my leukemia differently. I perceived it as a gift. I rose above it. I started blessing, the anger. I started blessing the challenges, and just started feeling peace. And I mean, I didn't do it every day, every minute. I just learned better how to get there faster when I feel it coming back, because those old habits of putting yourself down, the old habits of putting someone else down and perceiving like there's no solution, shifting it to who knows what the solution is. But who knows what the future holds with dementia with him? Who knows what the future holds for me? I mean, I could die tomorrow stepping on the wrong step and falling down the steps. I mean, why am I, they're like, oh, he has dementia, you know what's ahead of you. And I'm like, well, I don't know what's ahead of me. I'm living in the now. And thank God I got there, right? I mean, just live in the now. And live for joy. I believe in fun, and fun, since I believe in creativity, fun and creativity is, did you know that fun, like creativity, is charged by fun? Because fun is when you're a child, when you can be that little child who draws a cow and somebody says, oh, I like your horse, and you're like, yay, thank you. You don't care what they think. You don't even care if it looks like a waterfall, in the end. You don't care. You're enjoying the process, and you're exploring, and you're having fun in the now, and it's no big expectation. And that's when the creativity comes. That's when the magic happens. What's magic? Magic is loving yourself. When you really feel it, magic really does happen, because you're feeling that lightness, you're feeling your spiritual being that you are. We are spiritual beings. We are all here as spiritual seekers. We're here to give light to the world. That's our job. So our job is to love ourselves, our unique, special selves that we are. And you know, I felt intuitively how to heal myself. How anybody else heals themselves with whatever is intuitively their discovery and exploration and going within to find the answers, because that's God talking to you. My favorite question that I think you should ask this every 6 months or 6 days or whatever. If you had 2 weeks to live with all the health, the perfect health and all the money you need, what would you do for those 2 weeks? Truly stop and ask yourself that question and really relax in that, and then just say, am I living those things now to the best of my ability, or am I at least, you know, doing a little bit, like if traveling to China is some dream, you know, are you at least getting, you know, an adventure, a weekend adventure in your life, like over the weekend doing something that feels like an adventure? You know, just do what you love, because that's when you feel true joy. And when joy is there and loving yourself is there, that's the magic.